I say every day. It's a getting closer to take.
Shit, sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
What is it you pray for?
What in the hell happened?
All right, we
that wasn't
something
me.
No, it was the technical thing, something I forgot to change on the settings after Saturday because I haven't really been doing much on StreamYard since then. So you can put all the blame for that on me because I forgot to change one of the settings after Screaming to the Void last week. That's all it was.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. As soon as I hit the countdown and hit go live, it just cut the countdown. I think the countdown got down to Sasquatch. What did it do? Like 3 seconds, and then
3
we just went live.
But that's because he's using the permanent studio, right?
No, it's there's a so we'll get to the greeting in a second, chat. There is a new setting with StreamYards that I've been experimenting with a little bit, where you can set it to automatically play the intro and the outro when you go live and end the stream, so you don't actually have to fuck around with your videos. And I just happened to have that loaded in, and I forgot to unload it after the last stream.
That's an observation. I prefer to make that decision on hand. I do everything ad lib and ad hoc anyway. So if I had the same thing in the show, people would think I'd lost my mind.
I said it was an experiment. I'm not sure I'm going to keep doing it. And if I do, I will get much better at switching shit out, so that Larry doesn't get flustered with my technical prowess.
Dude, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that couldn't have been me. Not this time.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a mistake I made last week. That
It's my fault. I accept all the responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Caucasian Sasquatch, and I'm at fault for this.
No, fair enough. All that said, greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 104th episode of Abyssal Musings, where we are like tech wizards and totally amazing and never fuck up anything ever. So, my name is Samuel the Infamous. With me is my partner and co-host Lawrence Knight.
What's going on, everybody? Salutations and greetings.
And we also have joining us tonight Caucasian Sasquatch.
And they have made me promise not to become angry this time. My bad.
Oh man, no worries, man. No worries. I need to do some tweaking on the quiz. That's all.
Don't do drugs, kids.
I promise we'll get better. Actually, there might be some more shit coming down the pike where it's going to be a little bit screwy because we are, like I said before, I haven't made a decision on which way I want to go yet, but I am looking into alternative streaming software because fuck paying $90 a month for this. So, but that said, there may be some technical difficulties with various shows down the road as we adjust to whatever may come, but I will do my level best to keep that shit to a minimum.
All we expect is the best you can do. That's it.
Oh, it's apparently not very good tonight. So anywho, apologies about the opening, guys. That was entirely on me. It's on nobody else on the panel. I screwed up. I don't know why I think that's so fucking funny. So I'm gonna say hello to the chat real quick, and then we can move forward so that Larry doesn't yell at me.
I wasn't yelling. I was just like, "What the hell?" I thought it was StreamYard. I was like, "What the hell? What's going on with StreamYard now?"
Yeah, no, it was a thing. I'm just glad I didn't have like an old intro, like the Star Trek Engage intro loaded up or anything.
Oh Lord, yeah.
With the settings, that would have been interesting. I would have gotten into an immediate fucking copyright hit for
that would have hit Sasquatch
the visuals. So
it'd have been fine. Yeah. I'm not monetized.
So, all right. First up, we have Lawrence Knight claiming first.
That's right.
There is some dispute about that in the chat, but I'm going to breeze right past that. I'm just going to greet people.
Ain't no dispute about
We got Kohai as second, who, by the way, for everybody in the chat, if you have not seen her earlier chat, because it may not appear on the YouTube side any longer because of how that shit works. She did start a new job this week. So congratulations to Kohai and wish her all the luck in the world for that. So we
Ooh,
will
5:30 a.m. Okay, yeah.
yeah, it's pretty rough. She's doing shadow hours. So you know, good luck with that, and we'll see you when you can be here. So thank you for always being the greatest mod ever. And yeah, good luck with the new gig. We also have Jacob Gallo with us. Hello. Andy Pickle. Scotty Waddles. We've got Lord Spike Protein, which is
That's a participation trophy right there, bro.
Carrie's with us in the chat. Good to see you, man.
What's up,
I saw
Carrie?
you had a stream scheduled earlier, but I missed it, and I'm having the damnest time finding your shit on YouTube right now. You've been shadow banned again, dude. You might check into that, which is you know, or you're just buried so deep in the algorithm or whatever. But I will look for that later. All right, we got JB with us. How do you do? Cavitano, hello. Who also brings up something that is depressing as hell. Tony Todd passed away a little bit ago.
Did he?
Yep, he did. 69 years old. No, hour ago. So I found out about 20 minutes before the show started.
Someone else passed away last week.
Yeah, Terry Garr.
Her too, but I think it was a guy too. It was someone else besides Terry Garr.
Yeah, but yeah, with those two that I can think of, I can't think of this other person you're talking about. I believe you. I just don't know who it would have been. But yeah, Tony Todd passing, man. Dude was a goddamn legend. You know, that's a sad day, but.
Well, you know, somebody's gonna blame that on election day. You know that, right?
I mean, they might, but you know, I haven't seen anything like that so far. All I've seen is like, you know, rest in peace, and you know, everybody being really kind, because he was, by all accounts, a very pleasant man and kind to everybody he ever met. You know, didn't matter who you were. So he seemed like a very cool dude. And like my interaction with him was really, really, really limited. He liked the thing that I said nice about him on Twitter one time, and then he followed me and liked a handful of other things. But yeah, you know, he was always very pleasant in his interactions. You know, the very, very few limited digital interactions I had with the guy. So, you know, it seemed like a good dude. We got Beak with us. Hello. Zillage coming in hot. Got Old Joe. This is a bit of a mouthful. What's truth in a world of lies? Welcome in. It's a good question, actually.
I like that guy. He's cool.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones. That's right, Andy.
Got Andrew.
It was Quincy Jones.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. These things tend to happen in threes too. Have you ever noticed that?
Yep.
Andrew Langlois. Langolier. I'm gonna go with Langolier. Anyway, welcome in. Langlois, and as the French would say in their dumb language. Shadow of Hawk.
The guy's already mad. So wait, he's already mad.
Right. I didn't say he was dumb. I said French was dumb.
Hello, Katie.
So we got Michelle with us tonight. We got Blue Unicorn. Hello.
Blue Unicorn is mountain fresh.
Yeah. All right. So am I missing anybody? Beak, did I get you already? Did I say hello? Because if I didn't, hello.
Did you get Shadow of Hawk?
I did, in fact, get him. You know, I'm not going to give the kid any shit tonight, because I kind of, he made a gay joke about me, and Devil made me do it on Twitter the other day, and I hit him back. It gets better. So I hit him back with the Twinkerbell meme, and it got into the hands of some very unsavory meme happy people. and he is very unhappy about this and contrite, I might add. And as I told you on Twitter, kid, like I'm not going to give you shit tonight, but do not play gay chicken with me. I have no problem with the Pyrrhic victory. So,
no, Samuel likes cocks. I mean,
I will burn my shit down to make you suffer.
I'm perfectly okay with everyone thinking I'm as queer as a $3 bill just to make you uncomfortable.
Right?
$3 is more than $2.
We got Katie K with us in the chat. Hello. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of people in the chat. A lot of you guys are on the Sasquatch side. Welcome in.
World famous, man. I thought you knew.
First of all, I didn't give it to Rav. Rav happened to be in that thread, and he saw it and ran with it. I did give it to him. I gave it to you. So anyway, but yeah, I'm not gonna press a point. I got my revenge. I got it good. So we're moving forward.
Wait a minute. For the sounds of it, it sounds like technically you didn't. It sounds like you just said something, and someone else just picked up and ran with it. And now you're trying to claim victory by default.
Dude, it is my victory.
That is how shit in there. Our channel, sir.
Somebody else ran with it and is punishing him for me.
Yes, accurate. That is an entire premise of my channel. I put people together that are of like mind and like thought, and they go forth and wreak havoc upon the world.
Yeah, but Sam doesn't think that far. Sam likes world destruction to be more organic. Like he doesn't want to cause.
You don't know what spells he's casting while he's not online.
True.
You know good and well he got him a little Larry over there with a few pins and a few nice spots.
That's a bit of an exaggeration. I don't fuck with voodoo, but
no, but you will do the stick figure drawing of his ass, and you know what I mean. What was it you called it? The representation.
I think he'd use cardboard Sasquatch because it would last longer. Because that
is completely against the point. It would be burned afterwards. It can only be done once.
Right.
Well, I mean, he is a hooker, so
I got cash.
Yeah. Well,
Sam, if you can get your hands on a 3D scanner, go ahead and scan yourself over to Sasquatch.
That doesn't
$20 is $20.
Yeah, but it still doesn't work like that. Anyhow, we've said hello to the chat. Everybody who's coming in, if you are coming in later on and we have not said hello to you, I will do my level best to bring up at least one of your chats on screen so that you do know that we do see you and all that, and hope you enjoy the show. Larry, what do we got going on tonight?
Oh, we've got some stuff tonight. So we do have some infamous news, not any crazy outlandish news, but just we got about 4 articles. We've got some TikTok videos on some Halloween fails, some Halloween scares. I wanted to do just a bit of a Halloween recap, and then we've got a video of liberal reactions to Election Day, which was feel free to add them. It's so great. It's just like the cry, like Samuel went out and voted for Donald Trump. Now the oil is gonna be.
All right, we're gonna hear plenty of that type of BS from them. We don't need it from you, bro.
Oh joy, yeah. It's look. Like I was telling Sasquatch backstage. Like I don't personally understand the. I get the gloating. The gloating I'm fine with, but the constant replaying of these idiotic videos of these idiotic people screaming at the top of their lungs. I mean, like who wants to listen to fucking toddlers scream, right? Yeah, it's like I'll do it with the volume off all day fucking long, but like it's so shrill.
That's where you get it wrong. These people are old enough to vote, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't make them not toddlers.
You're missing the point, Sam. See,
it's okay, bro. He's not going to get the point. He doesn't want the point.
Boy, he's mad because the world isn't ending. Samuel the Infamous is the only person that I know that would be on a mountain screaming, "I told you so!" Ha ha ha, and would be pinching his nipples and jacking off if the world was burning down around him.
Well, the one thing about that scenario that you got wrong is that I wouldn't be announcing it. I'd be very quiet about it, but very happy.
Yeah, we'd be sitting over there smoking a douche, passing it back and forth, laughing at these idiots who are still trying to barbecue.
Speaking
evening,
of
Aaron.
things we shouldn't be
Lord,
saying on
Lou
the
just
air,
walked in
hi,
on
Lou.
Lou, I'm
Your
sorry.
timing is impeccable as always.
Oh, hey, by the way, and I would also want to say something. For those of you who have seen Lou, you watch the channel and everything, go watch her and substitute teacher Maggie. They do outstanding work on their channels. Lou said something the other day, and I was watching her video, and she was mentioning about her being out of town with her husband, and and some lady checking out her husband, and and she didn't like it. She's like, what the hell's this broad doing? And of course Lou doesn't talk like that, but I'm just paraphrasing. Like, what the hell's this broad doing looking at my man? And I remember thinking to myself, Lou was like, well, maybe I shouldn't overreact, or maybe I was just thinking too much of it. And I'm looking at Lou, and I was thinking to myself, Lou, have you seen yourself in the mirror? Trust me, your husband ain't looking at another woman. In fact, I dare say the woman was probably looking at Lou. And I'm looking at Lou, and I'm like, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Sam, Andy Pickle makes an excellent point over there.
Nope, no, he doesn't. I just refuted
Same
that
point I made backstage.
I know it is, and I refuted that too.
Andy's sending those Conan vibes. Yeah, I'm just telling
Look,
the
I
truth,
love
Lou,
that
but
fucking
I was
movie,
just
man.
like, here you have a lady who is a 10. Concerned that somebody else looking at her husband. The husband was probably like, I ain't looking at her. He probably didn't even know she was there.
He was checking her shoes to see if his wife would like them.
Hey, he's looking at Lou. Lou's looking at the lady, wondering if she's staring at her husband, and the lady's probably looking at Lou, thinking, "Dang, I wish I was him. I wish I was the husband." So, well, I just wanted to point that out.
Yep. So, anyway.
Moving on.
Luke has, you're not a Ford. You're not a Ford. Like, knock that shit off. Oh, ask your husband. I guarantee that he's on our side on this.
But with that said, so I do have the first article, and honestly, this one isn't wild. I just thought that this was something that was, if this is true, then this is something that you don't see every day. So as you can see in the heading, so this man wrote a message in a bottle and threw it in a lake 26 years ago. His daughter found it.
Nice.
Small world, huh?
This is one of those points where people who say they do not believe in coincidence would look at this and say it was meant to be. Meanwhile, I'll look at it and go, nice.
Yeah, here we go.
A grade 4 student wrote a message, put it in a bottle, and threw it into Lake St. Clair. 26 years later, that bottle is back in her hands. Here's how it happened.
I saw it heading in on the water. I saw the big wave pushing it in, and it almost got me.
The wave almost got you?
Yeah.
And then you picked up the bottle, and what did you see in it?
A letter.
We was very excited that we were going to go look for treasure. Opened it up, read the letter, and it was from a grade 4 student here at his school, St. John the Baptist, in Mr. St. Pierre's class. And I thought, oh, isn't that funny that there's a Mr. St. Pierre here again that teaches grade 4. There was no date on the letter, so I thought maybe this year, maybe last year at most. So we sent it to school. His teacher contacted us later that day and said that it was from 1998. I was shocked.
We put these notices in bottles, and they launched their bottles at the end of the river into Lake St. Clair. A few weeks later, we got one bottle report.
Yes.
State-sponsored littering, folks.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Congratulations, you just confessed to a misdemeanor.
Ported into Tecumseh. And if my recollection is right, I think a couple of months afterwards, one was found in Lake Erie, but I can't remember what town was close by. But then that was it until last week.
What did you think last week when you got the call?
It was wild. The teacher here, the grade 4 teacher, Brielle, she asked me if this is your student. And I started off, wow, yeah, it is my student from way back when.
A letter in a bottle. This letter is coming from Mackenzie Morris, and I go to St. John the Baptist School. I am in grade 4 in Mr. St. Pierre's class. My letter is about water in the Great Lakes. We read a book called Paddle to the Sea. It was a very good book. The story was about a little boy who carved a paddle person out of wood and put it in the water, and it traveled through all the Great Lakes. The water has been there since God created the world. Isn't it funny to think that you might be drinking the same water Jesus did? P.S. Please contact us at St. John the Baptist School. From
That means that some of your pee is probably Jesus's pee too.
Yep, I was just thinking the same thing. Water and wine ain't nothing. Water in the urine, that's the true miracle.
Well, it's divine peace, so it's harmless.
Remember writing it?
Absolutely. I remember writing that, and then he had us seal the bottles in wax. So I think that process really stuck with me. This was also right when our school got like a computer lab. So it was probably in 1998, one of the first things that I ever printed on paper and got to do something with. So that was pretty cool. And it was memorable.
And they almost found it exactly where you threw it in, right?
Yeah, it doesn't travel very far. I think it must have got stuck in some reeds. I wasn't able to ask the young boy River where he found it. But I don't think it traveled very far. It probably just got stuck somewhere, just waiting for us.
You know, this pisses me off. Because when I was in the 6th grade, we did something similar. We did it with kites. And some of the kids, and we're in California, some of the kids, when we left little cards and say, hey, can you mail it back? Tell us where you're from. Tell us about yourself. People were getting, the cards were coming back from Philadelphia. They were coming back from Florida. They were coming back from like Montana. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder where mine came from. Got caught in a bush across the street from the school. Somebody,
nice.
Somebody that was a landscaper took it over there. And it was like, yeah, it got stuck in a tree across the street. I was so mad.
Cheated. When we did ours, we did balloons, and I cheated. I lit up a unmarked balloon and then mailed my card to my sister's pen pal in Okinawa, explaining what I wanted, and she mailed a card back to the school.
I bet they were like, "Oh my god!"
No. They were aware of my shenanigans by this point in my life. They knew something big was going on.
They were like, "Oh, okay."
He brought me up to the office because the one that went the farthest was supposed to get like a free pick from the bookmobile or something. I can't remember what it was, but they called me up to the office and asked me if I cheated. And I was like, "You did not make a specific method of how it got there."
I would like to point out right quick. Hi, Amira. That is the single most wholesome bit of infamous news that we have ever done on this show, and we did make it a little weird with the pee thing, but but it was pretty wholesome. Don't get used to it, folks. Not what we do here.
It's true. It's not. Here's something else. I have another article that is also wholesome. You remember this lady from last year? How she had like 6 dolls, or something like that, and she was breastfeeding them and taking them everywhere. Well, she's up to 8 now.
Yeah, that lady lives in a broken reality.
A woman is an adoptive mom to her 8 reborn dolls and breastfeeds them, makes them breakfast, and takes them everywhere with her. 28-year-old Kelly White became interested in the realistic dolls after seeing a YouTube video showing off a collection. The cosplay lover had originally wanted to use the doll as a prop, but began to feel attached to her. These dolls are creepy as hell.
Yeah.
I
Do
mean,
you remember?
Well, at least
There
she
was a
doesn't have a
company.
random black baby.
There was a company back in the 1980s that
Wow.
produced these like very realistic looking dolls called American Girl dolls. Do you remember that?
I've never heard of them.
Yeah,
I've
I don't think they're around anymore, but yeah, they would produce these like really realistic looking like dolls for girls to, carry around. But the weird thing was they weren't like baby dolls or they weren't like little China dolls or whatever. They were like almost the size of a 2-year-old kid.
toddlers.
And yeah, they were and they were
And
dressed like teenagers.
Very realistic.
Yeah. It was a really strange time.
Well, talk about strange. You look at these dolls and looks on their faces, and you can tell just about how much milk each one got. The one on the far right, she's damn near in a food coma. So you can
Ew. Just stop.
I'm traumatized. Oh god.
Me too.
and the one over on the left with the smile on her face, she got just the right amount.
Yeah. Lucas is saying Kamala voted for sure. I am not 100% sure because judging by the way these girls are dressed, this woman might still think that there isn't that women don't have the right to vote in this country yet.
I mean, they are dressed kind of what was it, like 60 style, 50?
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. I mean, women officially got the right to vote. The 19th Amendment passed in 1930, right? The first woman who voted from there. The first woman who voted in this country was I forget her name, but it was in Laramie, Wyoming in 1870, 50 years prior to that. But it wasn't really a thing for a whole long time, and she looks like she's somewhere in there. At least the dolls do. So, yeah.
They do.
Well, look,
1920. Thank you, Andy.
1920, 2024. Either way, something's wrong with this. Over the last year, Kelly has grown her collection to 8 and said she has spent around $2,000 on them. She used to breastfeed her younger dolls, but now bottle feeds them. I guess they're growing up, making milk from flour and water. Kelly, a content creator from Long Island, said, "Quote: I've been wanting to be a mom since I was 8. I got attached to her as if she was an adopted child." So now, to me, to take this kind of seriously, I'm wondering if she's, God forbid, I'm wondering if she's unable to have kids. Because she's
unable because nobody's gonna get with her. She doesn't have a man prospect.
Well, there's something to what Larry's saying here is like in a lot of cases like these, and there are more cases like these than you would want to admit. There are whole conventions full of these fucking people who treat their toys like they're actual children. But in a lot of those cases, they're like there's something wrong with their reproductive organs, like they don't work properly or they never did or some shit like that, and they actually can't have children. And the whole process of finding that out sometimes breaks people, and you end up with this.
Well, I've seen women who have lost children, who have miscarried, and they put that spirit into a doll. And they'll say like the doll is the child that they miscarried, and they'll take care of it like that to kind of deal with the trauma of losing a child.
There's your voodoo, Sasquatch.
Well, go ahead, Sasquatch.
Nah, it's just those things are so creepy, man.
That's some Chucky shit right there.
That's so creepy.
I was thinking Annabelle, but see, and that's where these types of movies and stuff come from, man. I mean, when you start putting the kids' spirits and dolls and stuff. I mean, hell, if it works, I wouldn't want to be inside a freaking doll. I'd be mad as hell.
Yeah. Especially like if you get towards the end of that series, he's pretty beat to shit. He's got staples holding his face together. So
yeah,
I
he's
remember
been
that.
through it. She says, suddenly I was spinning clothes for her in a bed. They are comforting. I'm living my truth and the life I want as if I was a mom. Kelly came across a video in October 2023 and bought her first doll, Jennifer. I have a friend named Jennifer. She said, I got really interested in the reborn collection as soon as I got my first toddler doll for my birthday last year. So I guess this is just some of the stats. It's 39 inches, has its own bed.
Has its own Pooh Bear. That's fucked up.
That is a fucked up Pooh Bear.
Have
That
my
Pooh
own.
Bear looks like it's seen some things.
That dog looks like it's hot. That bear looks like it's hot.
Oh,
That's
Paul,
Like
cocaine bear. It's
seriously,
heroin
if
bear.
you focus on the bear, right, like kind of exclude the doll's face from into your peripheral, right, and it becomes real difficult to tell if that's a real person or not.
Yeah. And you know what the creepy thing is? She looks like a blonde hair Reagan from The Exorcist.
Kind of, yeah. Actually, she does look like a very young Linda Blair.
That's creepy, man. Can you
You know,
imagine if you walked somewhere and that
pre-possession.
dog just turned his head and looked at you?
Yeah.
no, absolutely not. In fact, back when I was a kid and I used to do the whole urban exploring thing, running around parkouring off of walls and stuff, if I came into a place and there was just a doll hanging out, I'd just leave. I wouldn't say a word to nobody else. They could go explore that place all they wanted. I'd be outside smoking weed.
People put dark energies into dolls. They put dark energies into them.
Yeah, some people do, and sometimes the dark energy enters the doll on its own. It happens that way sometimes too. But what Luke Hasley's saying is about the mental health counselor. She may have, but these days, you know how those fucking idiots get. They encourage shit like this. They encourage people to indulge their delusions and their fantasies to the point of breaking entirely with reality. Like I would lay good money that this chick is on should be on antipsychotics.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just realizing that I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Hi. You know what I was thinking, guys? This is the type of girl that you need to ask her. Okay, girl, show me on the doll where Trump hurt you. She is definitely one of those people who are.
If she's so out of touch, she thinks these are real kids. She probably has no fucking idea what year it is, or who's president, or who was even running.
Remember, you were talking about the women not being able to vote and so on. The people on the left think that women are losing the right to vote anyway, so she's probably just regressing naturally.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah.
look at this. So she dresses them in the morning, feeds them breakfast. At night, she puts on a movie for them. We're nearly done with a Disney marathon. They go everywhere with me. By 7 p.m., I get them all ready for bed, and I play some songs on the ocarina. Kelly has a
It's
double
a
stroller.
kind of flute.
Kelly
It's
has
a
a double
hollow
stroller
rock.
and takes it in turn to take the dolls out with her to the park and the restaurants. She wants to adopt her children, but is currently struggling to find work, stopping her dreams. She wants to adopt her own children. Instead, she gets to practice with her dolls. I love
Hold
to
on.
count how many clothes
Look at this
unlocked.
woman. Look at this
Jesus,
woman.
Gary.
Look at her face. Damn it, Carrie.
Oh,
Carrie,
she's exactly what Carrie will go after.
That's how you end up with problems. Okay.
You see that?
Yeah, but
crocodile?
apparently not real kids. So I mean, the upside.
Even the
Oh,
doll looks nuts.
But the
Give
law
them
will
a-
accept them as real kids and tell him he has to pay child support. You guys know that men are out there paying child support for children that aren't theirs. The law
That's
might
true.
say, yeah, people are paying child support for pets out here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, no.
But look at that lady is definitely she's out there.
She's
Yeah,
on
she
some
got
good
that
meds.
Thousand
though.
Island stare, or
The
that Thousand Mile
Island
stare, where
stare.
Thousand Island dressing, 1,000-mile stare. But she's looking way past the camera to some undisclosed location that isn't connected with the reality we live in at all.
She's looking for Carrie. I know you're out there,
Don't know it
Carrie.
yet.
One of her eyes is, the other one's pointing in the other direction.
Obviously, the other one's looking for me. Or is it doing some internal review that we can't see?
Right?
That's
Jesus.
definitely some hand jobbers tales. I mean, handmaids. Well, not handmaids. What is that movie that The Village?
Look,
That
Lou
poor-
is already here.
The doll looks
Stop.
traumatized too.
The doll's like, help me.
Yeah. You
All
know
right.
what, Larry? You're right. Looking at this picture, like that doll looks like it's begging for someone to
So,
rescue it from this
Here's my
crazy
theory.
bitch.
Evil spirits invaded these dolls and they got adopted by this chick and they're begging, praying for some escape.
Something. They're like,
It's like,
please, this lady is nuts. Get us out of here. She like Amira said, she probably put some spirits in there. It stuck them in
please,
those
lightning,
dolls.
strike this house and burn us all to plastic. Melted plastic. Melt us down, make us not be around anymore.
Lou, by the time the guy finds out about those dolls, she would have already she would have already got him into bed at his place and put it on him and got him under her spell.
I don't think she would,
What
dude. I
is
think
wrong
this is
with
like
you?
a
Oh
this
God,
is like
Larry.
a misery situation. She tricks him home, and he wakes up tied to a bed. And when he tries to get away, she breaks his fucking ankles with a sledgehammer.
That's more like it. That see,
Right.
Samuel, you got the right idea. There you go.
I don't know. I mean, I think she would try to go the finesse route first. But I mean, maybe you know what? I'll get in the middle with that. She would probably roofie the guy, get him back, tie him down, screw him while he's kind of half out of it, you know.
Hold
And
on,
then
bro. You're off base already. There's no chance this chick is involved in sex whatsoever. She's on every SSRI known to man. Handful of antipsychotics too. She hasn't had a clear thought since 1941.
I don't know, man. I think if she gets men home, right, they all end up corpses posed in some kind of like dead diorama of a tea
Jeepers
party.
Creepers theory. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sam, you know what? Now that you're saying that, these dolls look a little too lifelike.
No, Erin is right. She's like, imagine being the stepfather to 8 baby dolls from 5 manufacturers.
And she forces them to eat vegan.
And got another one on the way. She said she's getting ready to buy
No.
another one at the end of the month.
And is it from a different manufacturer?
Yup.
Oh my gosh. All the different baby
You got
daddies.
5 baby daddies and 4 kids. You don't even know how that happened.
Can you imagine the guy that leaves her the next day? She'll be in court filing for child support.
Sure.
Yeah.
And she'll get it. She'll get it in a liberal state.
Oh yeah, you know what? There was a time I would have said, yeah, nice joke, Amira. But if she's in California, yeah, she's getting it. She's definitely getting it.
One way or the other, she's gonna get it.
If Carrie has anything to say about it, she's definitely getting it.
Oh man, Carrie be like, I'm your Huckleberry.
Right? He says, for the dolls are coming to life, taking form in the glimmer of this shitty camera light. Death approaches on this night.
Ugh. Now, switching to the other side of this, and this is going way on the other end because it's Halloween related. So you guys remember Firefest years ago? Well, apparently somebody pulled one in Ireland of all places. Thousands turned up for a hoax Halloween parade that didn't exist.
Hold up. Firefest wasn't a hoax. It was a scam. People paid to be there.
Sure did. And got laughed at for getting tricked.
They were given cold cheese sandwiches when they were promised filet mignon with a side of lobster.
Yeah. And they were sleeping in abandoned FEMA tents that were wet from the storm that hit like the night before they got there.
I remember that. They were sitting in plastic cones.
Yep. And you know what the messed up thing is? The guy that organized it, he got released from jail early last year, and he's starting up another company. And I was thinking about, wait a minute, you're not even supposed to be doing that.
Well, it wasn't really his fault, technically. It was a series of unfortunate events that was also exacerbated by poor planning. Because how could they expect the storm? And then also, yeah, there was a lot of poor things going on. And all of the people who they hired to set this stuff up, all of them were failures. So technically it wasn't just one guy's
hear
fault.
you, but madam, the amount of money that man raked in on that particular venue should have been plenty for him to call up somebody on the mainland and be like, I got a blank check, take care of these people.
But not when you have to pay superstars. And he promised Snoop Dogg, who canceled. He promised a bunch of other people who are very expensive. So I don't know.
And he was lying. He
none of them showed up.
He committed wire fraud, and because he kept lying. Now, where he messed up was when he rented out Pablo Escobar's island, and he was told not to tell anybody that, and he did it anyway, and they got booted off the island and ended up on that other one, where the one they were at. But he lied to a lot of the investors. So,
Blue unicorn. He says poor planning equals his fault.
Yeah, well, it's not wrong.
No, he's not.
No. Because when you listen, if I contract somebody to take care of catering, I expect that person is going to do it, and I don't have to think about it again. And then when you show up and the catering was cold cheese sandwiches, what can you do? I don't know.
Right, but like when the guests show up and the caterer hasn't done whatever job they were contracted to do, like who do the guests
Well, they
blame?
hadn't
Do they
gotten
blame the
paid.
caterer or do they blame the host?
Well, they hadn't gotten paid. Like even the country, I mean, they had a massive order for water, and a government official withheld the water because they hadn't been paid. And the creator of the Fire Fest, sent one of his guys over there to give the guy some to get him to talk on a mic to get the water released. So there was a lot of stuff that McFarland, that's his name. His last name is McFarland. There's a lot of things that McFarland did that wasn't legal at all. I mean, he was literally robbing Peter to pay Paul.
I mean, wasn't that kind of the point of having it on an island in the
Yeah.
first place, was so it'd be outside of like any governmental jurisdiction?
Well, he was wrong about that. Now, the messed up thing is one of his workers got in trouble because he was stupid enough to let McFarland use his American Express card.
Anywhere you want to be, right?
And the feds came after him.
Did you guys see that they tried to get the guests drunk when they got there, and then they ran out of alcohol?
Yeah.
How do you run out of alcohol in the first night of a festival? And for half of the guests, only half of the guests are there, and they ran out of alcohol? How does that? That was extremely poor planning.
You know who got it the worst though? There was a waitress that was at the cafe when all of the guests showed up, and she was supposed to cook all their food, and she helped them organize and get the workers to build the site. Well, McFarland and everybody else, they jumped on a plane, took off the first chance they could, and so the workers went after her, and she had to empty out her entire life savings to pay them because they threatened her. So she was like, my entire life savings is gone. I had to start over.
Wow. And they didn't reimburse her?
They were gone.
Oh,
McFarland
but
was
I mean,
gone.
later.
No.
So that's why I'm
Care about
leaning
that.
towards what Squatch was saying, that this was a scam,
Total
because like
scam.
they didn't even cover their overhead before they pocketed profit.
Nope.
Mm.
And the messed up part is too, what got me the worst about that is Ja Rule was a major player in that, and he got away scot-free, and then had the nerve to steal one of McFarland's idea and ran it as his own.
I wouldn't say
he's
scot
dead
free.
now, isn't he?
Now every time everybody sees him, they always mention fire. Like, I wouldn't say scot free.
Well, I mean, what in the eyes of the feds, why they let him off, I don't know, because he was like, I didn't have anything to do with it. It's like, you're on camera talking about this stuff, and then when the workers that didn't go, when they were like, hey, we lied to a lot of these people, and he was like, no, we didn't lie, and they was like, well, what would you call it then? He was like, oh, I'd call it false advertising.
That's lying. That's lying professionally.
Regardless of whether that's lying, that's illegal on paper.
Right.
Because it's lying.
So that's why I don't understand how McFarland and all these other people got in trouble, but Ja Rule walks away. He was there. He knew something was up. And he kept going.
Yeah. He will never be able to work in anything again.
So we've covered fire.
God.
Now I want to know about this scam. Hoax? Scam?
So
is it a scam or a hoax?
Ireland, more like Fireland. Halloween revelers in Dublin felt tricked or cheated after showing up in droves to a much anticipated parade that wasn't actually scheduled. In one TikTok video with over 100,000 views, thousands of disillusioned partiers could see milling aimlessly among O'Connell Street in the Irish capital as they try to process the alleged holiday hoax, which evoked memories of 2017's invoked. You should say that. This disastrous fire festival in the Bahamas. It was funny. The Gardaí Irish authorities were trying to clear the street. And let's see. That's them clearing out the street. The owners of the website claimed that they'd accidentally listed an event from last year. Yeah, sure you did. The revelers had reportedly seen advertisements for the so-called shindig on myspiritHalloween.com, which rounds up hundreds of events from across the globe and calls itself the biggest Halloween website. Copy is comprised by content creators clattering away at their keyboards remotely in various, sometimes far-flung countries, the Irish Times reported. So it just looks like, I guess they're saying it's just one big accident.
So I mean, maybe it is an accident, because if it's a scam, if it's some kind of like thing where somebody's profiting in the background kind of thing, like Ireland's not the place to fucking do that right now. Like these people think they can impose Irish law on the entire internet. That you do not want to be fucking around in their country right now.
Yeah.
They will throw you in a jail faster than you can say, I don't know, kiss the Blarney Stone.
That was
like
horrible, but I appreciate it.
I know, it was the
Oh,
worst.
stop. Oh my gosh. Are you not cringing?
No.
I have cringe.
He has cringe-proof clothing on.
I do some accents okay. The Irish accent is not one of them.
Where's Nomi does a good Irish accent. A good Australian.
It's just my own shillelagh.
That was pretty bad too, dude.
The luck of Amira. The luck of Amira. We have the luck of Amira over here.
Oh, Carrie says Nomi is live right now. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right. No Slice is working on something.
Coach doesn't love you anymore.
Here for the cringe. We appreciate
Shadow
you.
Shadow of a Hawk, go to the naughty corner right now. Nobody asked for your opinion.
The Irish make Amira look like a well-adjusted Wow.
I mean, of the two of them, only the Irish have a history of like blowing churches with kids in them up. So,
have you ever heard of sucking the monkey? This is not a negative thing.
Why
I know.
is that connected to me as if I'm not
They
a well
invented sucking the monkey. This is where you steal liquor from a barrel on board a ship.
I am a well-adjusted person.
Hey, Amira, why don't you ask Sam what he claims he did to Shadow on the internet?
First of all, Larry, I don't appreciate you trying to throw me under the bus. Secondly,
you were bragging about
it. Because I did it. I did it. It happened because of me.
Somebody else made the kid's life miserable this week, not you.
Only after I started that ball rolling.
No, at least somebody else joins me under the bus, because I'm always the one who's under the bus, apparently. So, Samuel, welcome to the club.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, no, I just
it was lonely under here
because he made a joke of poor taste, and it snowballed from there.
What do you mean he has poor taste?
No, he made a joke in poor taste.
Oh,
he called Samuel gay.
He called Samuel gay.
Yeah.
Aww.
So I posted a picture of Tinkerbell with Shadow's face standing in front of a shelf full of dildos.
Yep.
And a particularly perverted associate of ours on Twitter took that and ran with it for a solid day.
When are you going to grow up, Samuel? It's
exactly. It's not going to happen. Earlier, we come on.
It's not going to happen.
It was me. It was all me. I'm like, you got lucky.
You weren't there, Larry.
Am I not on Twitter or X? Do I not move in the same circles? Poor Lou. Look at Lou.
I mean, It could have been worse, but the point is, like, you know, I
It
wasn't
could have
going to
been
give the
Raymond
kid a lot
Flaming
of shit.
Silver.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give the kid a lot of shit tonight or tomorrow because I am kind of responsible for what happened to him. So,
Oh, so you do feel bad.
no,
You know
not
what?
really. I just think that it's enough,
Poor Lou. Her
This is
ears are
called
too classy for this.
advertising.
right? Same thing happened with the pickle wars, man. I started that shit. I mean, there was an argument on Twitter, and then I dropped the bomb, and then it blew up into this thing for like a month.
Oh boy.
All I had to do was drop one thing. It's rare that it happens, but on
All right.
occasion, life is good.
Larry,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
brought me here for a reason. You said that I was gonna enjoy some Trump reaction videos. What happened?
He's
We've
keeping
got
his bucket of
hold
liberal
on.
tears to himself.
We've got one more article, and then I'm going to show it. Now, this article I put on just before we, maybe about half an hour before we came on, because I came across this. This guy definitely gets the idiot YouTuber of the year award in my mind. As you guys know, Sasquatch, you've been a content creator for a long time. I know you've seen a lot of stupid stuff. Amira, you as well. Even me and Sam. Some content creators take things too far, and what I mean by that is they go somewhere where they shouldn't go, doing stupid things that's going to get them in a lot of trouble. Johnny Somali.
Oh, this idiot.
Johnny Somali goes to South Korea, starts acting a plumb fool. Now, keep in mind, I was stationed in South Korea when I joined the army. It was my first duty station. I don't know what this fool was thinking, because I know that South Koreans don't mess around when it comes to disrespect, especially if you're disrespecting their country or them. This guy was running around, licking statues, hiking his leg over their statues, and then graduated from that to walking up to a Korean woman who was with her boyfriend, trying to get her to sleep with him. The guy that was walking around with him, leading him around, was carrying a samurai sword and still got beat up by the guy who by the guy who was with the girl that Johnny Somali uh, hit on. And he, by the way, got beat up by the guy too. So now, as you guys know, what's going on is, after that, Korean YouTubers, Korean streamers start calling him the golden, the golden goblin. And there's a game from the game called Diablo where they had these goblins come out, and if you can catch one and you beat it up, it'll drop, like, it'll drop gold, it'll drop high, powerful weapons and stuff like that. And so what's been going on is, because the Korean authorities are investigating him, he can't leave the country, and there's a bounty on his head from these Korean streamers. So what's been going on is he's been walking out in the street to go get something to eat, and then so bam, he's getting knocked out by somebody that's filming themselves knocking him out so that they can make some money. So here's some of the stupid stuff that he was doing.
He's making American travelers look even worse.
He's
American
making black people look bad.
They have the worst. Well, yeah, that too. We already have the worst reputation worldwide, and now you're black and going around doing this too.
Yeah, and out there they already have a skewed idea of how black people are, because the only thing they have to go on are the movies that we're in, and how the black characters act in the movies. So they really think that all of us are like that, and then this idiot goes over there doing what he does. So I could play this. It is a news report, and I think it's from a Korean news channel, and it's pretty much it's showing videos of him getting attacked and beat up. So I'm not going to play it just to be safe, but I wanted to show this as an example for those of you who may decide to do your own videos. Some things just they're just not worth it. And I know that, some Asian countries, they tend to be smaller, than the average American, whatnot. Koreans ain't built like that. It is not unusual for a Korean man to hit 6'4".
Same with Chinese. Chinese and Koreans are known to be big.
Yeah. I mean, and broad shoulders and solid. And I mean, and I say this as a guy who was walking down the street at 11 o'clock at night in South Korea and saw a man literally stomping another unconscious Korean man's head into the concrete up against the curb, screaming to the top of his lungs, and nobody was stopping it. Nobody, not the MPs, not the Korean police, because this pisses that guy. We were like, what the hell did this guy do? The man was unconscious and getting his face stomped in. So, like I said, let that be a lesson. Certain things ain't worth it. And now this idiot's facing 10 years in prison.
Come on, let's get to the lamentations of their women.
Yes.
Real quick though, I mean, Johnny Somali is a dickhead. He is flat out, you know, and he probably deserved what happened to him. But this isn't. He's a symptom. He's not the problem, right? Right now, we all live our lives online, and that online life incentivizes this kind of fucking behavior for clicks and views. That would be the overall actual problem that needs rooting out. You know, otherwise you don't get shit like this. You don't get shit like Jake Paul going to the suicide forest in Japan and disrespecting that. You don't get, you know, any of this nonsense. But I mean, he's just the latest example of it.
He's the latest example of what not to do. Now let's get to the good stuff. Everybody voted for Trump.
We're gonna get to it. Come on, now.
For a given value of good, I guess. Yes.
All right, here we go.
Baby, if you wanted to touch my body, you should have voted for it. TV. Do it. Do it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Fuck that
Can I
TV
take
and
it?
fuck that asshole. Do it. I'll buy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting their ass beat when Daddy gets home.
Exactly.
No, sir. No, sir. They'll blame it on the cat.
Yeah. They'll blame it like that. Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't us. Heathcliff did it.
Okay, maybe not that fucking hard.
Bitch, are we serious right now? Are we serious? Fuck the sad music montage, bitch. What in the fuck? I'm mad as hell. What the fuck is going on? Y'all sitting here crying. I'm crying too. I'm mad. What did y'all do?
6 years. 6 fucking years.
And this is who I was mocking earlier. 6 years. Samuel voted now get free oil from Wyoming because Samuel voted for Trump. And now he's going to get some money in his pocket.
I mean,
fucking
yeah.
years to get our citizenship. I know some people need more time. I know some people don't ever get their citizenship, but we worked so hard for it. She worked so hard for it. I was just a kid.
He didn't do anything.
She wanted a better life for us. She wanted a better education for us. She wanted for us to have a better future. And now this is all gonna be taken away.
This bitch needs a ball gag.
No, because Samuel.
She needs a ball gag. Seriously,
I will
she needs
make-
to choke on that shit.
I will make this one statement. If we could find something better to do with her mouth, she might be attractive.
Because that's stupid. Oh my god. Stupid fucking felon. He's a felon.
Only
you're missing
30% of players can master this game.
Dude, you're missing a huge thing. Every time one of these chicks comes up, you should hit them with the smash and pass.
Oh no! I'm not doing that with these bitches.
Wait, let me. I gotta go back a bit because of that commercial.
Now this is all gonna be taken away because
Jesus,
of him.
Suka.
Because of that stupid. Oh my god. Stupid fucking felon. He's a felon. He's a villain. He's a felon. I don't want him here anymore. I can't. I'm not coming back. I'm never coming back here until he leaves the house. He's ruining my life, her life, and the lives of every single immigrant in this country.
If you're
Okay,
a
this
conservative,
is getting a little much.
Yeah. Oh, like, bye, chick.
I've seen
woman, here's how I'm
this
gonna
one.
fix your
Sam.
life. Okay, so you just got married to your husband. Your husband is blatant, just redneck garbage. You like him though, for some reason. Something there is clicking. I'm gonna seduce your husband. I'm gonna seduce
No,
your
you're not.
husband. I'm going to look him in the eye, and I'm gonna explain to him that nobody has ever made me feel the way he has. And I'm younger than you, conservative woman that married him. And I'm gonna start like explaining that I'm just so fun and I like doing fun shit because you're probably married and you
Okay,
can't do
Justin
fun shit.
Bieber.
Just for everybody to know, any man that goes for this person is obviously trans.
And then once I do that and I implement your fucking marriage arc, he's gonna cause some irrational feelings, which is going to establish itself
Is that a mustache?
in your
Yes.
marriage problems.
It's an
And then you're gonna
attempt.
be like, why am I doing this shit for a man? This is where we get ya. Get ya, because then you're like, why am I supporting a guy that isn't doing anything for me? There you go.
All I'm saying right now is that someone in the White House would better take their shot right now and better not fucking miss. My doors are open for you if you need a safe house.
I am so confused right now. The amount of girls that are coming up on my For You page talking about Trump has been elected president. Oh my gosh. We don't have any rights anymore. My grandma has more rights than I do. What the heck are you talking about? What? I can buy a car. I can buy a home. I can go to school. I can get a job. I can do everything a man can do.
Except pee in
I
the
can
snow or
vote.
write your name in the
I
snow.
can vote.
She must be one of those uneducated white women that Sonny
Hold on.
Colston on The View was talking about.
Sam, you have not been involved with very talented women.
Oh no, I have. I've actually seen it, but most women can't write their name in the snow. And
Most.
least of all in cursive.
Wow.
I have the freedom to go onto this wonderful app and speak whatever I feel like. That's my car telling me I need an oil change. Anyways, what rights am I losing? And if the only rights we're talking about are allowing men to come into the bathroom with me and play in women's sports and the right to kill an unborn child, I'm sorry, you're crazy and kind of demonic. So if you needed a reason to unfollow me, there it is.
I think the only way to argue with maggots now is to not silence. They refuse to educate themselves, so I refuse to fucking talk to them. They don't exist.
Great.
Silence.
See you later.
We get to save some brain cells. Thank you.
But in the next election, can we just publicize who people voted for? Because I'm sorry, but if you're going to vote
none of your
for
business.
a felon, racist, misogynistic, idiot, Cheeto of a man, and own that, like, you should have to own that decision, and that should be public knowledge, and your future employers should know, and anyone you encounter should be able to look that up, because who the F are these 73 million people that did this? I would love to know.
I don't know how to explain to Trumpies that they
What?
If she wants to put me on a list, I ain't gonna play ball. But if she just asks me who I voted for, I might tell her. You know, like a normal conversation between two human beings. You know, I don't get this.
You are wrong, sir. That is not a human being. That is a pod person.
Exactly.
But
and she'll
yeah,
probably be
no.
armed. She'll probably be armed.
So will I. I mean, so what? You know, I'm armed. I'm armed right now. But
Tentacles.
you know, that's it's nobody's business who the fuck you vote for. It isn't. It never was. Right. This whole, like, we all got to know who everybody voted for. There was a time when we kept that shit to ourselves. And you know what? Society functioned a hell of a lot more smoothly.
They're so obsessed with Trump because they have mommy and daddy issues. I don't know how to tell them that because they don't even realize they have mommy and daddy issues. That's where it starts. Because you want to be the golden child so bad. You want to go tell your parents, I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. That's why it's an obsession. You're obsessed with him, baby, because you have mommy and daddy issues. That's why you don't have any healthy relationships in your life, because you don't even have a healthy relationship with yourself. Mm-hmm.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the, no,
That's
it's on,
Misogyny.
on the
No,
border.
it's Catholics, bro. Catholics. Go look at
This
the
is on
cross
their
race
doorstep.
spectrum
So-
voters.
And they were begging people to care about it for years. So we
Misogyny
need to
and
take some
sexism.
lessons.
That's what that
The
was.
lessons are not
Knock,
misogyny
knock.
and
Who's
sexism.
there? Oh my gosh, it's Whoopi.
And of course, Whoopsie Gold Turd had to start running her mouth like she always does. I could smell her breath through my laptop.
Let me tell you something. Donald Trump is not my president. He is not my president. He will never be my president. I will never call him president. That will never come out of my mouth out of respect. If I do, it'll be out of sarcasm, making a joke, calling him something else.
There is a highly
That's
trained
fair enough. I
professional
refuse to
assassin
acknowledge Joe Biden as my president ever. So whatever.
Well, who cares? I mean, I'm not going to say that.
out there right now, and you have one job.
Let's go.
Chop,
Me
chop it.
one.
Highly trained. There is a highly trained professional assassin out there right now, and you have one job. Chop, chop, bitch.
All of you men, and yes, it's primarily men.
I guess she's asking for somebody to go and chop up Trump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that a threat? You
Yes.
online? Are you stupid?
Yeah, no,
He has-
there have been hundreds of them.
There have been hundreds of threats. Yeah, and not only that. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this too. There's a lot of women reactions out there. They're not just threatening Trump; they're threatening men in general. I saw a lady earlier that said that she's going to start using dating apps to start messing with men and wasting their time. She's going to take out her frustrations on all men. Women are literally planning on launching attacks on men in general. They're just blaming all men for Donald Trump getting in office. Not just white men, black men, Latino. They're blaming all of us for it.
I think the chop chop part though, like it's not said that often anymore, but when I was a kid anyway, like my parents used to say that all the time when they meant hurry up,
We
like
know
get it
that.
done.
Sam, we know that. We already know.
I'm
that.
not everybody
Who have
listening
been
is from the
commenting on
United
my
States.
Quiet. I'm just messing.
Election posts and my Kamala posts are really just embarrassing yourself and proving my point further that Kamala was a far better candidate than Trump. And Trump shouldn't actually have been allowed to be in the election. He should have been in a white padded room a long time ago, along with the rest of you who decided to vote for him. Also, your God or your Jesus doesn't fucking love you the way that you think they do.
No, it's okay.
So Jesus is a they. So Jesus is non-binary.
Hold on now. I have it on good authority that Jesus loves me, and this I know, for the Bible tells me so.
But is it just? But she said Jesus is a they. So you're saying a non-binary being loves you. I mean,
That seemed to have been something that you said.
I'm looking at what Sam. Am I wrong? Sam?
Yeah, he's not supporting that, dude. That's just completely shot out.
I think we lost him. Oh well.
No, he's firmly on my side, but just doesn't want to speak against you. That's the way that works.
Okay. All right.
You can laugh over my liberal tears if you want to. How many
Nice.
family members and friends and loved ones have you lost because of your hate that you were spewing in my comments? There is very real concern. I am
None.
disabled. I have reproductive health issues. You laugh because you feel like it doesn't affect you, but then you look around you and you realize your circle's gotten smaller. You said you didn't want.
Oh, that was a
I'm
perfect
starting to
transition.
Right? I'd rather watch the freaking monkey game.
Decided to vote.
To? How many family members and friends and loved ones have you lost because of your hate that you were spewing in my comments? There is very real concern. I am disabled. I have reproductive health issues. You laugh because you feel like it doesn't affect you, but then you look around you and you realize your circle's gotten smaller. You said you didn't want woke. You didn't want woke? Yeah? Well, that woke is my life. You don't know my life.
Go to sleep.
Good luck. Good luck. Watch the
Thank
people
you.
around you dwindle.
I
Okay, so
appreciate
since
it.
Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm gonna be leaving the U.S. and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii.
Yes, you heard that correct.
What?
Yes. That was
Maybe we should get him back through geography just one more time.
Dwindle.
Okay, so since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm gonna be leaving the U.S. and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you guys.
No, sorry. I just woke up this morning fucking evil. How's that? I'm me. I'm just fucking evil now. Like this morning I woke up and my head spun around in circles and black sludge poured out of my throat like The Exorcist because I'm a
Sludge
fucking
is
evil bitch now.
Boy, am I
That's
glad
what it
you
is.
noticed. I've been telling you for months.
Hold on. I love this.
Knowing that I woke up. Bitch is not about a fucking book. Fuck that shit right now. Knowing that I went to bed. Yeah. That fucking man was ahead a little bit. But waking up to this man, literally, you're 4 points a fucking way.
Amira, she's got that shower cap on her head.
Hey, that's the first thing I saw.
Jiffy Pop bag.
Not only shows me how racist, which, hello, wake up, you black, you're aware of that. It not only shows me how racist this country is, misogynistic, y'all. We're at the point where I'm convinced y'all do not want to get ahead. Y'all had y'all glory fucking days in the back. Y'all hate to see a black, a Latino, anybody that's in LGBTQ plus, a woman being happy doing shit on her fucking own. Because to wake up and seeing it being that close, and I'm seeing comments where people are like, I'm in another country. I don't know how this is happening. Wake up! This is fucking America, and this is sad. And every fucking body, any person that I still follow that has voted for him, I'm not even going to say what my thoughts is, but trust I will be acting on my thoughts. And I know this, I might lose some brand deals for what I'm about to say. But every black person that I've ever seen that said, I'm for Trump in this current state, every Latino, every non-white male, let's keep it what it is. I pray to God. I know deep down that's why I'm crying. The repercussions with Trump, if he gets elected, is going to be crazy for all minorities and anybody that's not matching or ever seen the dollar amount that he's ever seen in his life. But I pray to God for anyone that voted in this election, that's a minority that doesn't even have the same mindset as Trump, whatever the fuck that might mean. I pray to God these repercussions hit y'all not only first, but harder. Because then you will finally see what the fuck that half America has been talking about this whole election. He's never had y'all in y'all's best interest. And you will see that if he gets elected these next 4 years, every black, every minority, again, everyone that is not looking like him. When at this point, if you're not old like him, period.
Hey, Trump supporters, y'all got Kid Rock and Amber Rose. We got Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Eminem. We are not worried.
And y'all still lost. Go ahead.
Okay, Queen.
Exactly. And all those people, and they raised $1 billion for Kamala, and she still lost.
She was depending.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm sorry. She was depending on ex-strippers and rappers to get her through.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that's the entire reason the Diddy thing went down when it did.
Elaborate.
There was an awful lot of rappers and stars that weren't supporting Kamala up until right after Diddy got arrested. And then suddenly, poof, they came out of the freaking woodwork. Oh, we're for it, girl. We all for you. You're going to win. There's no chance of you losing. You got me with you.
Hoping that by some chance, if she does win, then she'll cover them and protect them because she'll be in charge of the feds that are investigating them right now.
Bingo.
Today's election day, and since Trump supporters are so proudly calling themselves garbage after Biden called them garbage, I got your outfit for the polls today. Trump supporters have been asking me all day in some gotcha why I'm not laughing anymore. What's funny? What's funny about women dying because you elected a candidate who doesn't give a fuck about them? What's
That's
funny
not
about
happening.
black people being hurt more because you elected a candidate that can lose with white supremacy, endorsed by the KKK? What's funny about Spanish families being separated because you elected a candidate who calls the places that they come from garbage, calls it a swamp when they come into our country, doesn't give a fuck about people who weren't
They're leaving because they know it's a swamp.
born here, thinks that everybody else is trash and should be treated subhuman? What's funny about that? What's there to laugh about right now? You elected a felon to be president. Somebody proven to collude with foreign adversaries to overthrow democracy.
That's another lie. That's not true. He's talking about that Russia dossier. This is proof that this guy is a dumbass.
His pussy hat.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's wearing. Hey, that's his handlebar hat for somebody to get behind him and really get that good thrust in. That's
Larry, play the video. Just play the video.
Domestic terrorist attack on the country. What would be funny right now? What the fuck's funny? Don't say shit about nothing. Y'all are the reason we. Oh my god.
I am fucking feral today.
I don't think you know what Pharaoh means.
If you see me, keep walking. Do not make eye contact. Do not square up at me. Don't act like you know me. Like, I want to eat. Like, maybe they voted for Kamala, but like, I want to eat them right now. Like, I want to take a bite out of those glutes in a bad.
What?
So this whole like do not square up with me. I'm hearing this from a lot of women who are shall we say half my fucking size. Like, what are you gonna do?
Sam, I don't know.
I do.
Sam, we agree on equal rights and lefts, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sam, I don't know if you had stepped away before I said this, but there are hundreds of videos out there right now where women are threatening men in general behind Trump winning. They're literally threatening to harm all of us.
I know, but unless they're bringing a bomb to a gunfight, it ain't gonna happen.
Don't give them any ideas. Anyway, let's see.
It'll only work once.
Yeah.
Maybe they voted for Kamala, but like, I want to eat them right now. Like, I want to take a bite out of those glutes in a bad way.
I say we pass a law that requires anyone who voted for that orange piece of shit to wear their Trump hat 24/7.
Sounds like papers, please.
Yep.
Because conservatives are dangerous.
So, Gal made a
right.
good point about this very same lady earlier today, where she was saying, "Fine, we'll wear our MAGA shit, but you got to wear your body count, your STDs, all of that stuff's got to be out in the open too."
Yeah,
tattoo on your very forehead, my dear. I also want to know how many boxes of wine you drink a night and how many cats you have back home.
Oh, this lady's got at least eight cats.
And how many abortions you've had? How many abortions?
Heck yeah. Dusty cunt.
Who is it, white, Christian, or male? Completely dangerous.
You've worked for a comfortable retirement for years. Now
She
you need
has
to
3
plan for
boxes of wine
retirement
in the
income. Learn ways to
right now.
Oh snap! Lou's still here. Lou, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lou.
I tried to tell you, but you ain't
Like
listening.
dynamite waiting to go off in your hand. So I think we should all get a public service warning. Don't you?
Hey there, girlies. Well, so from here on out,
That's not
you
a girl.
don't touch
Adam's apple.
DL conservative man ever, or any conservative, or you don't care if the DL or not. Actually,
That voice is too
Unless
deep.
it's necessary, like
Yeah, that's a
really necessary, fine. Other than that,
So he's saying don't interact with us unless unless you're getting paid. So
Bro,
yeah,
I've been trying not to interact with this dude for the longest time.
no more. None. Zero. And if you've been doing that anyways, come on, you're better than that. You're all better than that. All right. Have a good day.
I'm done crying. My sadness is over. My anger has set in.
Oh, this guy.
I am a very petty person, and I am very proud of that. Love it about myself, actually. And so I say this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go fuck yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better fucking paying job. Do better in life. Get a fucking education. Do something. Because you are fucking stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a fucking bridge.
Harris did not win.
Who won?
Trump. So
Take a breath.
yeah. So today may look a little different at school.
She took an extra Xanax bar
there are
this
probably
morning.
going to be friends who have questions.
Like a whole bar.
Like her glasses are all
Whole
crooked.
fucking
Her
thing,
glasses
bro.
are all crooked too. Her glasses are all crooked.
They are.
Her eyes, I mean, yeah, she can see everything. She can see.
You got that Xanax mixed up with the granola bars.
Them glasses, woo! She can see Germany falling apart right now, as if she's there.
Right. I'm sure your teachers are going to. I think, we currently are in a country where we get to choose, right? And people have different priorities, they have different values. Some people hear what he has to say and they don't believe him, and some people hear what he has to say and they believe him and they agree with him. So today's probably, your school day is probably going to look pretty normal. Okay, your teachers are going to do a really great job of, if you have questions throughout the day or if you have big feelings throughout the day.
Do you like these?
What the hell is a big feeling?
I'm very sad.
That's how I feel about you, Amira.
Yeah.
Done with
When people
bullshit.
say they're in their
I'm
feelings,
done. If
that's
you voted for
big
Trump,
feelings.
I think you're a fucking loser. I think you're stupid. I think you're a moron. I think you're evil. I think that you deserve to die by my hands. More
This chick. She wants.
or specifically by the rake that's in my hand that I'm using as a bludgeon on your fucking skull. You fucking loser.
First of all, bludgeon does not have a D on the end of it. Second, FBI, CIA, NSA, I know you guys watch us. Pointing you in this bitch's direction right now because she's talking about murder.
You want to step in, yeah.
If this bitch is gonna take us out, if this bitch is gonna take some dudes out, she needs to get thinner because they're gonna see her coming from 40 miles away.
Devil. Lou
Every time she turn around, it's her birthday.
Devil. Lou is in the chat. You can't be cussing, dude.
Sorry. Like, doesn't she know me at all at this point?
Wait,
hold on a second.
Language.
Trump's president now. White men can do no wrong. Let it go there.
Yeah. We're back in charge.
Person, you don't deserve air. Fucking kill yourself before I get to you.
Yeah, what's
Do
the
it.
second
Kill
rule of
yourself right
Tommy
now.
Lang? Cardio.
Reply with a video of you killing yourself. Fucking loser.
I'm gonna walk past the way.
First revenge for this 2024 election fiasco is to be a menace to men on dating apps. I'm going to re-download probably just Tinder and Hinge,
That's her only
and
interaction
match
with
up
men.
every single man. Say I'm down for hookups. Give them a Google Voice number. Talk with them. Say, yeah, I'll come over. Yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm 5 minutes out. What do you mean? I'm here. Don't you see me? Guess
Larry,
This bitch
pause
is a
it.
catfish.
I won't be there.
Larry, pause it. You know what? That is her only way to interact with men. That's why she's like, I'm going to be on these dating apps and I'm going to be doing this. Yeah, that's the only way you can talk to them.
And even then, they're probably bots. They're probably bots. She's gonna be waiting for bots to call her.
Oh, this chick is a catfish. She's definitely posting using a picture of some like skinny 20-year-old blonde as her profile.
Right?
Hey,
Using a picture of her when she was 17 and tried out for freaking cheerleading.
She's using photos of Aaron, Laura.
What are you talking about? When she was young, she probably looked like that little girl from the video, and where the person's in the bumblebee outfit.
A living, walking Velma.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm gonna ruin your plans. Anytime you make plans with me, I will lie to you, stand you up, ghost you. I'm just gonna be a menace. Because why not? Men don't like women. I'm gonna start actively practicing misandry. And that's my personal goal for 2024.
The new folding revolver by
And that is the end of it. I shall return.
I have
I practice misanthropy, so whatever. It's fine. Oh, what is this, Sasquatch? Is this more?
This is the one I want to show.
All right.
Oh.
So we're starting off strong. Oops, and muted.
Yes.
Beta! You know the worst part? I knew this was going to happen, and I let myself get excited anyway.
Today is the worst fucking news day.
My question is, how many boxes of wine is she in right now?
Oh, not enough to get to a karaoke bar where that shit's excusable.
Right, she's still at her jammies that done tugged down too.
Since 2016, I want to smash my face.
I kind of want to.
You wanted to touch my body? You should have voted for it. TV.
And a lot of these repeat.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to force you through that crap again. The one was that chick, the one that it first started off with, is a transgender, like on TikTok, and shaved their head, eyebrows, and everything else, and then did the scream.
Oh, that's what that was.
I wasn't a cancer patient, my dear. No, I'm not that. I'm not that. I see how you think about me now, and I can understand that, but that's not me, bro. That's just a deranged mental patient.
So, real quick for those of you out there who may have not seen this show before, we don't usually do political stuff on this show, but we fucking want, so suck it up.
Can I ask you a question, the panel in general? If we had woke up and Trump had lost, Kamala's president, would this type of fare be available to watch?
Mm.
Would the right do this?
No,
not at all.
No, not unhinged like that. Like, I'm not saying there wouldn't be videos. I'm not saying there wouldn't be people who would be like, "Oh God, we're so fucked." Yeah, of course they would, but they wouldn't be sitting there shaving their head, crying, fucking saying we're not gonna have sex no more with men. That's just all stupid shit that you're only gonna get from the left.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a certain type. I got you.
Yeah, it's not something I think that. I mean, we didn't really do this last time, Like we had plenty of opportunity in 2020.
That was my point. I was on a panel the other day right before the election. It's counting down. We're literally down to the wire. And I'm like, so what do you think is going to happen if Trump wins? Do we get to have huge buckets of liberal tears? And they were like, oh, yeah, everybody be copium be flowing freely and yada yada. So well, what happens if Kamala wins? Do we get a whole bunch of right wing tears? And everybody just sat there real quiet for a minute. Was like,
we're too busy. We're just too busy with our fucking lives. Do you know how much time it takes to set up that fucking little ring light and the perfect angle on your little phone? And you got to hold all that big feelings in before you press fucking record, and then you let it loose.
Yeah.
Wait. Just a second. As a content creator who was very much alive and well in 2020, where my channel was at its best in 2020, I'm going to tell you guys, that is not true. What you guys are saying is not true. But we had a different type, just like Devil Made Me Do It say, it was different. But what we had on the right, the type of tears that we had was copium, where we kept on saying like, oh, next week they're going to overturn it, or next month, or on this date. We had a lot of that going on
that is accurate.
And on 4chan, and I forget what the other one was, but even I got convinced, and I did 2 videos on my channel that were misinformation, because so much false information was coming out about when it was going to be overturned and all
QAnon.
that. And it seemed, QAnon, thank you. And it seemed like truth. And a lot of us were in that copium. And that's how we were mourning what was happening. We were freaking out. So there was freak out, but it wasn't like Devil Made Me Do It. It's not like we're like, ah! We were hoping that it would change.
Yeah, well, it did change a life. It changed Rudy Giuliani's. Look at what he's going through right now.
Yeah, I think that it's just our mindsets are so different. When we lose something, we're trying to find why we lost. We want to understand what happened. That's why we were so into were the machines tampered with, all that kind of stuff. We're trying to actually solve something in our own head. With the left, they have to blame everything but what actually was. They can't say that Kamala was a bad candidate, that the way they tried to just push her in there by, Biden dropping out suddenly, even though we've been saying he had issues for years.
Say brute force her through. That's what they tried to do.
They can't admit that they just made a bad choice with her. And so instead it has to be racism, it has to be white men, it has to be women voting against their own, their own lives, black men and black women who are obviously internalized racism. They have to come up with all these stupid things because they can't just say, well, we picked the wrong horse. She just wasn't ready for this.
But the truth is, they didn't pick them. The people did not pick that.
That's very true.
Do you know what the deciding factor of this election was? The single block of votes that I've been able to determine across all races, creeds, economics, all of it. There's one block of votes that seems to have carried this particular election. And you may or may not agree with me, but it seems to be Catholics.
So a couple of weeks ago she said something. The Amish came out and forced the Catholics did too, though, because they started ragging on Catholicism and shit.
Muslims did too. Muslims were not playing. And I'll tell you something else. As somebody, as you guys know, I've been going back and forth to Detroit. I've been going back and forth to Michigan, and it wasn't just they voted for Donald Trump. That state locally went red. They started kicking Democrats out of office left and right. They were not playing in Michigan.
Trump was so good when he brought in the Muslims as well. He had an imam on the stage with him, with a whole Muslim congregation next to him, and I was like, Trump is going everywhere. Trump is international now. He's gotten everybody. He's got the Amish. That's what changed Pennsylvania, was the Amish voting.
Well, and what's amazing about that is that the Amish don't vote.
They don't vote
ever. This is the first time in, I think, probably the history of the country.
This is the first time any of them have ever voted.
Yeah, but
there may be a few exceptions, but
they didn't really have a choice though, because you look at it. the policies that the Biden administration was pushing. First of all, the idiot got us back into the Paris Accords. He was signing on into all the BS, the Green New Deal and all that stuff. That was directly going to affect the Amish's way of life, because they were already showing up at farms and harassing farmers and telling them they couldn't grow.
See, that's what did it.
Yeah.
That right there was what did it. Well, they fucked with Amos Miller, and then they found out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The Amish just want to be left alone. They don't care about politics because they're like, we just want to live our lives our way, and we don't care about the rest. That's where they did it. You're right, 100%. They fucked with Amos Miller. They decided to go in there and start opposing their thing on those Amish, and that's what drove them out. And the funny thing is, they didn't even know it was going to happen till like a week before is when you started hearing the news that Amish might actually go out and vote. The second they heard that, and they heard how many votes that could possibly be, they started shitting their pants.
We also should shout out probably Scott Pressler did a ton of fucking work door to door and on the ground to get the Amish signed up to vote. Scott Pressler specifically signed up something like 90,000 Amish to vote.
Yep.
If you're Scott Pressler, you might need a police detail, because
sounds like he just needs to move to Amish country. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
Trump
they ain't gonna let shit happen to him.
Trump should adopt him. He should become an honorary Trump.
Yeah.
Baron too.
I do want to ask you guys this. Now, what do you think about this? Because it looks like there has been a coordinated response among Democrat state leaders. They've all been levying threats against Trump. I mean, hell, Letitia James and Kathy Hochul had the nerve to go out on did a presser, threatened Donald Trump, and then demanded money from him.
They're idiots. They're like the one in New York who's all like, I'm still gonna go at him. They just went through your case, and essentially by the end of it, the lawyers were begging not to be sanctioned. It's going to be thrown out, and they're saying, I'm going to prosecute him again, the seated president at that point. What a stupid idiot.
And the whole thing for him to be sentenced as a felon, that's supposed to be next week, and they're already saying that that's probably going to get thrown out.
Yeah. So much of this stuff's going to get overturned. It's going to get thrown out. The only one that might hold on is the one with the defamation one that they say somehow proves he raped her, which is bullshit. It never said that. It said that he defamed her when he called her a liar, even though she's been proven to be a liar.
Yeah.
So it should be thrown
one
out.
who got the story straight from like Law and Order Special Victims Unit episode, right?
Yeah, she said he came into the dressing room and pushed me up against the wall and raped me in the middle of this store. And then it was essentially proven that he was nowhere near that store. He doesn't know the lady at all. She was proven a liar. And he said, bitch is a liar. Second he did that, like I said, they filed it to called defaming, even though she was proven to be a liar. So it, like I said, it should be thrown out on its face, but it probably won't because New York.
It will, because here's the thing, is that these judges that did all this stuff, he's going to be in a position to where he can have them investigated, because anybody with a brain can see that they broke some laws to falsely convict this man. So even Jack Smith just tried to quit. They were saying, oh, the DOJ fired him. No. Jack Smith is trying to quit and walk away, and the Congress people are already saying, they're like, no, not so fast. You're not gonna just walk away from this, because we're not even sure that you have the jurisdiction, or the permission to even do what you've been doing.
Can we change the topic of hair?
Yeah.
So here we are at the beginning. It'd be even pre-gaming a Trump presidency, right?
Yeah.
We have at least, for sure, one justice on the Supreme Court that's very likely to retire during his term, and another justice that's possible to retire during his term. Would that end up with, no joke, 5 justices appointed by Trump over the past 2 terms?
I guarantee you,
it would.
Whoever, if a Democrat gets in next time, the first thing you're going to start hearing is we need to pack the court, because if they're pissed now, they're going to be really pissed more when they lose another 2 seats.
I'm seriously waiting for them to hammer through like the creation of multiple states. We go ahead and bring in Puerto Rico, and what's the other one?
Guam.
Yeah, we're gonna
Guam
have
needs at least one
islands. Yeah,
right. That's why I like my term of federalism, right?
At this point, we might as well take over Ukraine and Israel too. I'm just saying.
Careful. Right? Look, that's part of my plan, but we got to start small. First, I say all of Mexico.
Actually, that might happen. That might happen.
That's my thought.
You hear that shit about Trump talking about the cartels, and this other dude was on there, and I forget his name, but he went on a rant about the cartels, and he was like, "We are going to put you in your place. We're going to wipe you off the face of the earth, because one of the first things President Trump is planning to do is to declare you a terrorist organization, and you're on our doorstep." Which means, of course, because the cartels run Mexico, we might be going to war with Mexico.
I don't think so. I mean, they got.
Either that, or we're going to annex them.
I was fixing to say, I have an offer. All of your children can vote in a future American election.
Well,
you are not citizens, and you won't be until you fully naturalize. However, give us your country, and not a single shot would be fired in anger. It will all be done in justice.
Well, I'm later. One of my topics probably for the pub is we're going to actually go over the positive stuff that's been happening, because I figured everyone's going to be doing the crybaby videos and stuff. So, but one of the things was literally the president, I believe, of Mexico came forward and said he is going to start closing, like securing the border essentially because of terrorism. I think it's more what Sam was saying. I think he's afraid that Trump is going to fucking start taking war to the cartel.
Well, that's what I was trying to say is you can already see the different countries are already reacting to Trump getting as soon as Trump got into office, for example, Germany's government just completely crumbled, because they was like they were basically a left-wing government, and they just crumbled. And now all these countries are starting to drink bottles of Act Right. But China has been doing trying to get manufacturing deals and stuff in Mexico, basically trying to get a foot in next door to us. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going on. And there was a migrant caravan on the way, and I read a report earlier and said that a lot of them, they just found out that Trump got reelected, and they jumped off the caravan. A bunch of them jumped off and turned around and started going back home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there've been so much shit. Like Putin has already come out and declared that he's not going to drop the U.S. dollar as a marketable currency in Russia the day after. The president of Hamas, like fucking half an hour after the election was called, said some shit about like, oh yeah, we're totally on board and all this stuff. Not that means anything, because the president of Palestine, rather, because he's just a fucking figurehead. But the day after that, the leaders of Hamas were like, yeah, we don't want to shoot anymore.
Yeah. Well, Hezbollah said they didn't give a care. They were still going to attack Israel anyway.
Lawrence, I want your help doing something. I think you're the only person.
Hold on, but before we do this, I wanted you guys to hear that this is one of the candidates for us for Trump's for Attorney General. So after Letitia James came out and threatened Donald Trump, after she and Kathy Hochul threatened Donald Trump, he said this.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights, and I promise you that.
Letitia.
Well, shout out to Benny James there, or Benny Johnson there.
Now, what were you gonna say, Sasquatch?
I want to make a commercial with you about Act Right. 9 out of 10 doctors suggest you get at least 2 bottles of Act Right in you before you go talking to your husband in the morning.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Hey, where's Shadow at? We'll put a wig on Shadow and bring him in as the wife.
Oh, don't.
That poor kid.
Stop picking on Egg. He's not old enough to know better.
He's a good young man. I like Shadow. He's a good young man.
Going to corrupt him.
That's the thing. And yeah, like people in the chat who may not have been around. Shadow's been around this channel for almost 2 years. He's been a part of this channel for a long time. We do give him kind of exponentially more shit than we do anybody else, but it's only because we like him. Like we wouldn't do that if we didn't like him.
Speak for yourself.
Devil
I've
hates his
never
guts.
acknowledged that. I'm trying to take him out.
It humors me.
Shadow, he thinks he's gay. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, he's pretty abused. I mean, yeah, it is. It is a man thing. You know, we bond by making each other suffer. That's what men do.
Well, we also we help each other through that suffering by making them suffer more.
Right. That's how you got to do. The Spartans understood it. You couldn't cut it; they'd toss you off a cliff as an infant.
Damn right.
We'll break you down to build you up.
The Spartans never bothered with the breaking down part. You started broken when you came back from Godi.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man. No, this has been a good fucking week for those of us who I don't know. I haven't even been doing much of anything in terms of like preparation. Like the show I've got prepared tomorrow for Screaming to the Void, very little of it has to do with anything about politics, except I'm probably going to take about 10 minutes and just gut laugh. But because it's been stress relieving. Tuesday was stress relieving. After the fact, I mean, it was very stressful up until the point, but then once the thing happened, I was just like, I could sleep easy now.
Yeah,
you know, at least for a
You know
minute.
what? Maybe we should have Lou on tomorrow.
Well, she's always welcome. So she gets the she gets the link. She's in the group chat.
Okay.
So yeah, Lou, if you're available, you're more than welcome.
We'll get Aaron Laura on too. 10 questions with Aaron Laura.
Yeah.
So Aaron, who did you vote for?
I only got one.
She didn't vote for anybody. She's fucking Canadian.
Hey, as if that mattered to the Democrats.
I have an observation.
Just put on a sombrero before you go.
So if in 2020 Trump got 79 million votes and Biden got 80 million votes, and then in this go round we're missing like what 40 million votes. Where are these people at?
They didn't exist in the first place.
They were dead.
We're going to assume that they're actual voters, right? Shouldn't there be like a massive investigation to find out where these poor lost souls have gone? Shouldn't they be concerned?
It's funny you mention that. I have been seeing some shit online today where there are a whole bunch of people on the left who are not making videos crying about this stuff, but they're talking about, well, we need to investigate. We need to talk about this. We need to figure out how this happened. Where did these 100,000 or so votes go and all this stuff? And it's like, oh, so what you're saying is that now you're okay with auditing elections.
Well, they always are. Well, every time the Democrats lose a presidential election, they say they were robbed or something funny happened. Right. But you notice 4 years ago, they were laughing at us and making fun of us, and they were shutting off streams and stuff for anybody that was saying, "Hey, this don't look right." No way in the world, no way in the world Joe Biden got 80 million votes when all of them were dead.
they called it fortifying the election. They denied that anything ever happened. And I was like, dude, wouldn't you sleep better if you knew for sure that nothing happened? Then why not audit it? If nothing happened and we don't find evidence of anything happening, then great, we'll all move on. But
I tell you what,
they wouldn't do it.
I tell you what, I was laughing Wednesday when Democrat voters were coming out and they were saying that Philadelphia fixed the elections, and the governor came out and was like, "The hell we did." He was like, "We didn't fix nothing. Don't come over here trying to lie on us and say that we did something."
Yeah. Yeah, but so far this week's been pretty good. Not only did we take the White House, but we also took the House and the Senate. At least on the surface, it appears to be that way, just because there are more MAGA Republicans now than there are neocons in GOP coming up. But we'll see how it works out, how it shakes out down the road. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody makes it okay to Inauguration Day. There's still 2 months left for the people who are currently in there to fuck shit up. So hopefully we get through these next couple of months smoothly and everything goes okay and all that. But for right now, for this moment right here, this is a good day. And sometimes a good day is all you can ask for.
Ice Cube, let's play the song. Today, it's a good day. Devil, your plans didn't win. Trump's back in office. He's got the cross and the holy water ready for you.
Oh, dude.
Actually, no.
No. Devil's been put off by the evil of the Democrat Party. He's over here going, "Oh man, it's a bit much even for me."
Yeah, I don't like that many cooks in the kitchen, man.
Devil's like, even I got morals. These fools don't.
Yeah, the evil people's club is growing too big. I was like,
it's just a baby.
Yeah. I got this thing and I would play it, but I'm not sure if we'll get copyright struck for it or not. But there was one of these videos of these wacko leftists like screaming into a fucking pillow.
Yep.
Some guy took that and turned it into Jump Around by House of Pain.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah. Jump around.
I actually had that video.
Yeah, so do I, but I wasn't sure about the copyright angle there because House of Pain.
I don't know because each time she's screaming, the algorithm wouldn't notice that as House of Pain. I don't think it would grab just the part in between.
Shit, chat. What do you think? Because if you give me a minute, I could probably find it.
I don't know, Zillich. Last I heard, Carrie Lake was losing.
I'm already floating one strike.
You want me to hold off then?
Yeah,
Please?
hold off on that.
Got like a week left on it.
Yeah, don't. Let's not.
I mean, I'll take another one as soon as this one's down. I have no problem with that, but I am floating one.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, with that said, it's time. It is time to close the show out. Anyway, I do want to say, I know it's been off for a couple of weeks, but Versus Monsters Ball will be returning next week. I'm gonna get with Sam and Devil, Caucasian Sasquatch. You are welcome next week if you've got any ideas of monsters that you want to add to the list, because we are starting round 2. Round 1 already has the 8 victors, and I've got that side set, and then we're gonna start round 2 and then go from there and probably do like the quarterfinals or whatnot of round 1. So kind of gonna bounce a bit. But I was thinking for next week, I was thinking Sumer Gorath from Marvel versus Cthulhu. We'll see. But that's debatable.
Yeah.
You're trying to find something on equal potency with Cthulhu?
Sumer Guma? It's a big eyeball. It's a big eyeball with tentacles. It's very powerful entity.
Yeah, I'm aware of who he is at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange villain.
Yeah. Strong enough to take on Cthulhu.
Maybe.
Everyone's just waiting for who I'm gonna go up against.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that.
Put you up against Jesus.
He's another monster. I mean, he's to me, but you guys seem to like him.
Hey,
I mean,
he said
dude crawled out of his grave and made people drink his blood. So
think it through, bro. He said, "He who is without sin
disgusting.
cast the first stone." When he comes back, he's throwing rocks. duck.
He's gonna throw a tentacled being. You throw a rock, I'm throwing Sam. Anyway, let's start it off. Devil, you got anything you want to push?
Yeah, Monsters Ball, Devil versus Samuel.
Let's do it.
Who's the darkest here?
Well, let's do it. Actually, you know what? No, now that you say that, I'm actually gonna add that to the list. So we could do it. I need
There
a
you
list
go.
I need a list of your powers, and we'll put that on next week. Sasquatch, you're more than welcome to come back next week, my friend, and participate.
We shall see.
As far as shows, check out the pub here in a little bit. And then Tuesday, we should be having a Get Ranked. It will be sci-fi movies. I'm still
Nice.
trying to see if I can get guests.
Yeah, I'll join. I'll join.
Okay. Then my schedule will be changing here mid-November. I'll be getting back on a lot of the shows that I've been missing out on here during the week. And I should be bringing a new show here very shortly with Iron Oxide. Professor Savage Dad. It's going to be called Make Me a Sandwich. It's a satirical kind of comical thing of No Ma'am from Married with Children. So it's kind of going to be a lot of humor. Anyway, I'm making some commercials. I'll be posting on Twitter to promote it, and I've got one lined up, so that should be out here in a couple days. Hopefully y'all think it's funny, and yeah, check it out when it comes out.
Awesome sauce. Squatch, what's going on?
Ooh, well, Tuesday I have the Naughty Corner with Ajot. I stole it straight from my mirror. I'm not gonna lie. It was sort of a byproduct of seeing a video. Suka did.
Yeah.
Don't worry. She knows. She knows about it. She appreciates it. She appreciates
That's 8 p.m. Eastern. If anybody's interested, we generally go over interrogation footage and people who did bad things. However, Thursday I am interviewing yet another Sasquatch Shills with Jack Talcott. If anybody knows the lore behind that one, that should be very interesting. I'm not even going to get into it because you know how I am. But that's
Right.
at 8 p.m. on Thursday. And beyond that, whatever y'all happen to invite me to, or I happen to land that I'm not busy doing something else. So I'm available for most things, on most cases, sometimes.
All right.
Very cool.
Sam.
Well, you know how it is. I'll be over on Beelzebub here in about an hour and change. And then we've back here on this channel on Samuel the Infamous for Screaming Into the Void, where we've got some interesting topics that have nothing to do with modern current politics, as well as some, current politics stuff. But I'm branching out a little bit, kind of taking the show in a slightly different direction, just because, it gets wearing on you after a while. So we'll see what happens in the future. But tomorrow, yeah, we're gonna have some fun stuff involving escaped rhesus monkeys from a lab, and there might be some stuff about Nazis in Antarctica.
Check this out. That place where that lab is at is like 15 miles from where I vacation. I'm getting me a monkey.
Right. So, anywho, and then after that, we should be back for Mellow Mondays on Adam the Renaissance Nerds channel on Monday. So look out for that too, where we just hang out, we talk nerd shit. It's pretty chill. there's not a lot of like heavy lifting there. We make fun of Adam for being gay and Jewish. That's about as far as it goes. Devil's not his head because he's on that show too. And then back here for Abyssal Musings. You could also find me helping out whenever Exiled Lioness Amira, who was on the panel earlier, goes live. Definitely go check out her channel. It's Lioness Exiled 2, or it's Exiled Lioness 2. Which one is it, Larry? I just got mixed up in my head.
Exiled Lioness 2.
Okay, thank you. On that channel, helping out over there behind the scenes and as a moderator, and occasionally jumping up on panel when I'm called for, and sometimes when I'm not. Otherwise, that's all I got.
Alrighty. Well, with that said, folks, thank you for stopping by. You can catch me in the chat tomorrow as a moderator for the world famous Exile Lioness 2 channel. You'll be able to catch me to see Devil Willing, I guess I'll say, on Get Ranked this upcoming week. And you can catch me right here again next weekend, or next Friday, I should say. With that said, I guess that is
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for coming, everybody.